Hey guys, so I thought I would try a different format today than what we've been doing in the past, and we'll see how this works. So today we're going to talk about automation and robotics a little bit more in depth than what we've covered so far. So to start us off, you each did your automation and robotics presentation where your group dug a little bit deeper into a specific type of robot. So now we're going to step back after seeing all those presentations, and then we're going to discuss the differences between automation, robotics, and what is a robot. So you can follow along with me throughout this presentation, and also you should have your notes with you so that you can take notes as we go along. Viewing the instruction in this format is going to allow you to push pause when you are ready to push pause to take your notes, and then play it again when you're ready. So, all right, here we go. So let's discuss the differences. So what is automation exactly? Automation involves a mechanical device, obviously, and it's going to imitate the actions of humans or animals. So another way to say this is automation is when you program a machine to put it to work, okay? Robotics is going to involve the design, the construction, and the operation of a robot. So another way to look at that is it's the career that designs or ideates or sketches. It's going to construct and build the prototypes that's going to be used for the automation processes within some factories. And a factory, as you know, is going to be one or two buildings sometimes, and this is the facility where they actually manufacture, they produce the goods using the robots or the robotic side of it. And then the robots, of course, are in there, and the robots are doing the work. So the robot is a machine that performs these complicated tasks, and it's guided by the automatic controls. So that's how automation fits into robotics and a robot. So robot has clearly come a long way. So if you think about the first generation robots, as you can see here, machines like the puppets in this theater, they were designed to imitate human actions over 3,000 years ago. So when we talk about first generation robots, we're talking about a very simple robot. They do generally one task, and it's a simple task, and it's repetitive, meaning that they do it over and over again, the same task. So these machines have the ability to make precise motions at high speed. So that's our first generation of robots. So like we said earlier, the first generation, they're designed to perform factory work. Such robots perform simple tasks that were dangerous or unpleasant, like their repetitive motions that sometimes can hurt a human's, say, elbow. Say if they do the same task over and over with their arm, they could get what's called tennis elbow because it's so repetitive that it starts damaging their body. So it's unpleasant for people. It's uncomfortable. And then the dangerous tasks, such as, as we've seen in one of our presentations, the robot that was helping people, that was saving people from any kind of natural disaster. It could go up and it could sense the different feeling. If it touched a door and the door was hot, it knew not to. It could go in there. Whereas a person, if the door was hot, a person could not go in there to complete that task because it was too dangerous. Robots are used to weld, spray paint, move heavy objects, handle hot materials, etc. So the second generation robots, they're going to perform a lot more complicated tasks. So it's not just the one simple task. They're still going to mimic human functions, but they can usually do more than one thing. Such robots they sense their surroundings, and they respond to changes in their environment. So they have sensors on them that tells them where to go and what to do, such as the Roomba. We saw that in one of our presentations. So it had a sensor, so it knew not to go down a stair because it would flip over it. It knew not to, or you could set its diameters, and so it knew which rooms or where to stop and not to extend its vacuuming. So the sensors allow these second generation robots to do a little bit more than those first generation. Here are some examples that they're used for. We use them for precision work, like we talked about earlier, that repetitive, monotonous work, things you do over and over again. The dangerous work, exploration, education, competition. So if you see in this picture right here, this looks like probably some kind of competition, some robotic competition where kids are able to go around and see the different types of robots that the different competitors create to compete in these competitions. A few more things just to give you an idea of what some of these look like. Here's an industrial robot performing a job in a factory. It looks like this one's welding. Some of these are painting. Some of them are assembling different products together, such as a car. They could assemble the different pieces of a car to create the total car. The medical robots, they assist with surgery. The transplant materials dispense medicine, communicate. There's a lot to be said for what these medical robots do, and we touched on a lot of this with our presentation. So this is just the repetition of it for you to remember it and get it in your head exactly what each type robot will do for us. All right, let's go on to the next one. Assistive robots, they assist people in eating, walking, cleaning, grasping, reaching. This robot right here looks interesting, so I'm not even sure what the name of it is. This link on this website takes you to a different robot, so this is not identifying the name of this robot, but this would be something interesting to research. It looks like it's assisting this gentleman up the stairs, almost like a seat helping him walk. So that would be something worth looking into just to see exactly what that robot is. Some more of our exploratory, space, underwater, military. And again, we touched on all of these with our presentations. So we're just hitting the hot spots here. Household robots are vacuum. If you see on this left-hand side right here, this is one that mows the lawn. So these are very useful tools at home. I need a couple of those. If only I could find one to fold the laundry. Haven't found it yet, though. Anyway, so what I want you to take away from this is the difference between automation, the difference between that and robotics. What do the two of them do? How do they work together? What exactly is a robot? How do you define that? What does first generation and second generation robots look like? Anyway, so once we finish this and everybody completes their notes, we're going to move on to another activity. Hope you guys have a good day and enjoyed the video.